Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about cathode ray experiment. This is also known as the discovery of electrons. Firstly, we take a cathode tube you can say, where we will set a cathode and anode. This is negatively charged, and it is positively. When we connect it to a voltage, or you can say battery, this is negative, this is positive, and so as we know that here we will draw a vacuum tube for ejection of gas. If we suppose we say there is a gas like hydrogen here, so at high pressure there would be no change in this setup. when we do when we do when we eject this hydrogen gas from this vacuum tube, then we get low pressure of hydrogen, and we will apply more potential up to 10 kV to 20 kV, and the pressure would be 0.0001, I guess, mmHg, which is very low. So this tube will start conducting the electricity. If you will add ammeter here, it will show the deflection. This proves that there would be the supply of electricity. So either it may be from this to this side, or it may be from this to this side. So what we did, just we just cut this metal material, and what happened, was no movement, and we add fluorescence, means a sparkling particle we added here. There was no movement of anything, but when we did for this side, there was a movement for a sparkling. There was sparkling because fluorescence sparkle. So when we add these pores to this side, then as we know that these rays come and strike on that part and gives the sparkling effect. So we concluded from this that these rays come from cathode to anode, and we called these rays nowadays as electrons. Now, what are the properties of these rays? Let's discuss some properties of these rays. First property: these rays travels straight line, because when we put an object here, then we find the shadow of this object, which means that these travel in straight line. That's why we can find the shadow just behind that object. And another property, when we put a wheel over here, we find that it is starting rotating, which means there is a kinetic energy in these ways, which also concluded the kinetic energy, having kinetic energy to these rays. And third one is when we put positive negative charge, then we find that the deflection of these rays towards positive charge. This shows that it is a negative charge, and finally as electron it was concluded. When we put magnetic field, the deflection was showed. So these all are the properties of these rays, and finally we concluded that there is a particle in this tube which is the fundamental, and it does not affected by any gas. Means if you put any gas in that, either hydrogen or oxygen or any gas, it will not be affected by these gas. It is independent of these gas. Thank you.